Hi there! So I hopefully will have a better reading year in 2018 than I did in 2017. If you guys saw my year-end wrap-up video, you know that 2017 wasn't my year, bros. It wasn't my year. I'll admit it. It wasn't. But I really liked doing the whole decide what I read thing, and a couple other people in the comments liked it too, so hopefully it'll get another warm response, and I'd like to do it again for the beginning of 2018 to hopefully initiate me into a year of more pleasant reading. The last time we did this, y'all picked On the Other Side, which you know how I felt about. So I'm decided to trust y'all again, and hopefully we won't make the same mistake twice. Now will we? I think it would be hysterical if you guys accidentally picked a book that I also ended up hating. I'll be just making a video just going, and I ain't never doing this again, cause y'all ain't got no taste. You do this to me, look what happens. On the off chance that this is your first time seeing one of these videos of mine and you missed the last one, I'm gonna show 5 books that I own that I'm thinking about reading next, but I'm gonna let you guys, my audience, decide what I read next, because I will then review it in my book reviews video, and it only makes sense that you guys help get to pick which books you'd rather have reviewed. So the first book up for the task is Story, Substance, Structure, Style, and the Principles of Screenwriting by Robert McKee. This was actually a book recommended to me by my screenwriting professor in college that I never really got a chance to read because, you know, when you're in college you have to read so much, sometimes your brain goes on overload. But it is supposed to be about how to make very well-paced stories and deep principles of screenwriting, and just basically how to cut out the junk and tell a good story. So if I read this book, I will probably also be making videos about screenwriting because I will have all the knowledge in my brain. Up next is The Medea Complex by Rachel Florence Roberts. You know how in my end of the year wrap up I have a best cover category? Covers like this are why. Look at that cover. It takes place in 1885 and it is about a woman who is on trial for murder but is found insane and put in a mental institution. The question is she really insane? Or did she commit the crime? Is there some kind of supernatural element afoot? I don't know, you gotta read the book to find out. Up next is an author that I have not read a lot from, but I've been meaning to because he is very beloved. And the book is The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. It is about a middle-aged man who returns to his childhood home, and he apparently starts remembering some deep, dark thing that happened in the past there, and it comes to haunt him in the present in some way. Neil Gaiman is a very beloved author. I have read just Coraline, and that's it. So I've been meaning to read more of Neil Gaiman, and this sounds like a very interesting, deep plot, and it's rather short, so that's cool. This next one is a book that I am very excited to one day read because it's right up my alley of genre and weirdness. It is Grendel by John Gardner. It is the tale of Beowulf as told by Grendel, the monster. And I love that kind of storytelling where it flips a traditional story on its head and tells it from a different point of view. And I just love that sort of thing. It's right up my street. This next one is the first book in a series that's pretty popular on BookTube, and hopefully it's good because the premise sounds really interesting, but there are divided reviews on it. That book is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This is a fantasy book in which a character who is an assassin who gets caught is told that she can earn her freedom if she enters an elaborate contest where she fights against 23 other trained killers, and if she wins, she will get to live and get honor and glory and position and such things. I have seen this series all over YouTube, and I don't know, I like fantasy. It seems to have a cool kick-ass lady. I mean, look at her gun-toting awesomeness. And I just think that it would be really cool. So I hope it's as cool as its description would imply. Alright, so those are the 5 books that are up for vote this time. Feel free to, in the comment section, tell me which book that you would like for me to read, because then I will read it and it will be in my next book reviews video, and then you'll know if the book was good or not, as determined by me, the only opinion that matters. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if that's your thing, and please don't forget to vote for which book that you think is the most interesting.